What a beautiful day this turned out to be. We weren't expecting it to be this nice. We wound up reorienting the day so that we went to the Giants Stadium flea market in the morning as it was really cold, and it never really warmed up, but it never really got any colder either. A beautiful day. So this is a time of year when everything gets very interesting here on the farm. Well, what used to be the farm. So what happens, we had our first frost of the year. I took care of the farm. I had to take all the plants out. Once the frost hits, whatever's out there really doesn't survive the next day. And it's still freezing cold out there. So what Karen suggested today, one of the things she likes to do in the fall, and it's a good way for her and I both to get a couple hours of exercise, we go to the Giants Stadium flea market. Now, there's always something interesting there, and I never know what. And as a bonus, if you're a football fan, you get to watch the Giants and a lot next door practice sometimes. Anyway, if she's a football fan, I like motorcycles, to be honest. Now this gets a little tricky too. It's trickier than you think it would be, because I have some parts on the MT-09 that I want to paint. There's the two side covers, the two little, I call them the eyebrows on the front, and I want to have some matching paint. Well, I'm going to have to go see my friend Dennis next week down at Gavin's. Dennis made the paint for the FZ and he got a really good match, so I trust him fully to get that right, and he has never let me down yet. But today we have a flea market day. Today we also have to start, because the weather's really getting cold, I want to seriously start prioritizing all the projects I want to work on over the winter. And I'll just give you a little preview of some of that right now. So what I always do, I make a priority list of what I want to do first. Now the first thing, of course, and I just mentioned this morning, I need Dennis to mix me up a quart of paint. I wanted to paint these. I'm not crazy about flat anything. Now I noticed this is nice and shiny. If it were shiny, I may even not paint it. And these little guys, and I had John Pothier already has done a few concept sketches. We like that. Now the reason I wanted to do that first, to make sure I get a good paint match. And if I'm happy with what I'll do is I'll do the small parts first. Once I'm happy with the paint match and the clear is on, I'll take a chance and do the back pieces. Now, then the big job is the silver wheels. That's going to be probably after Christmas, because we have my son from Colorado is going to be moving in here for the holidays. And I wanted to, every bike here has something, but I have the muffler. I haven't even finished that. I'm still waiting for some parts coming for the FCR muffler, and I have a lot of little things. Every bike I have always a lot of little things that need to be upgraded, changed. As an example, this bike is coming up on having a rear tire, and I already have the rear tire, and I always want to do that once a year. I try to do a thorough polishing of the GS engine and spend the whole work session here, usually on a day I can't ride. So having this priority list allows me to be pretty efficient about getting things done. And of course I want to do whatever I do on all of the bikes maintenance wise. I don't want any of them to be let go because I didn't have time to just wipe the bugs off or change the oil or put a new filter in or some fresh two-stroke oil. And if you have a small bike collection like this, there's bad news and good news. The bad news is it's a lot of work. The good news is it keeps you young way beyond your years, as opposed to if you just sit and watch TV every day. Now for anybody that doesn't know about koi, we're in the 30s here, the mid-30s. They don't eat when it gets below anything in the high 40s, sometimes even the low 50s. They just don't have, you see that looks like they're just in suspended animation. They don't eat all winter now. A whole day to clean it up, and I want to thank Joe Padula again. He was so helpful when we set that up. We had the best summer ever. We had more tomatoes, and actually, to be honest, we still have a few flowers blooming here. So, but we have had a frost already. And here's what's really nice this time of year. There are still beautiful trees everywhere we ride. I'm not sure when we get back from the flea market will be enough time for a ride, but either way, we have to start planning out our winter projects. And as I always try to do, is always try to make every day just a little bit different than the day before. And we still have some beautiful trees in the neighborhood. Actually, it's a beautiful day. When we get back, it may be that we're going to get a nice ride in. I don't know. Every day's different. But no matter what time of year it is, that's a way to make the most out of every day. Extra coffee. That problem is I wanted to do the assembly on a muffler. I'm still waiting for some parts to come the next couple days. When you order things from Amazon, what happens, I ordered 3 different parts. They come from 3 different suppliers in 3 separate packages. Usually takes a long time too. That polished up nice for a basically a 30-year-old part. Happy the way that worked out. And we'll be putting that together in the next couple days and hopefully getting a test ride. Now, because I haven't been up to Rockwell Cycle lately, and it just didn't work out that I could get up there. I don't know what they are in terms of they were trying to sell a business and they're going to change Perry's around. I don't know where that's all going, so I hope my friends keep me in a loop anyway. This is always a sign of winter. I got the battery for the electric jacket, the battery for the electric gloves on charge. I don't know if we're going to ride today, but once it really gets brutally cold, these things really are worth every penny. But I've for sure found out the ones that you plug in to the motorcycle battery definitely generate more heat. But at some point in time, I'm not going to ride when it gets that temperature anyway. I'm thinking this is what works for me. Take a little bit of the chill off in the morning on the way out, especially if we're going up north. But I don't have that desire like I did when I was 10 years younger to ride when it's, you know, in the 20s or whatever. So the final plan is we have a couple of errands to do. We're going to hit the flea market and then come back home and decide how this day is going to play out. Don't worry, birds, I won't forget to feed you today. I know it's getting cold out there. It's a brisk fall day. There's a lot of action going on over at the stadium. I guess there's a game tomorrow. But we are here at the flea market. One of the things I need is a new Yamaha belt, so we're willing to pay $2 for a belt. Oh, you never know what you're going to find here. Karen has a way of finding some goodies. What are they, big fuzzy socks?
Yeah, like I wore last night.
Oh yeah, maybe you should get me a pair too.
These.
Check this out, we're looking at pajamas. There's pajamas here that say, I love coffee. I don't know if should I wear them, Karen?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I'm getting hungry, Karen.
Battery and the band.
You think I should have one of these watches that'll look good on video, or? Not really, yeah. Here's what you need when you're short. Look at this, I got 3-inch. That's pretty cool. I think that's what we need, some military surplus. Now that our farm is done for the year, we have to buy vegetables. Can you imagine buying vegetables? And there's where the Giants actually practice. There was nobody out practicing today, so maybe they're not even in town. The famous Giants Stadium. Time to go. Now we are back from the flea market, and it's actually warmed up a bit. It's probably in the low 40s now, but definitely sunny enough and nice enough. Get us a nice fall ride in. So this morning it's 37. Final check of the weather, and don't forget the radar detector. Oh man, what a beautiful day this turned out to be, and the flea market is always fun. All the trees, some of the trees are still in full bloom. Just beautiful. Just a beautiful day. Now it's the time of year I'm already thinking about all the modifications I want to make and all the changes, all the things I want to paint, things I want to do. And of course, somewhere on that list is getting a quick shifter for this bike. But so far I have not found anybody that makes one, and maybe there isn't one, so. Here's a nice, you got a spider here. Let's see, left over from Halloween, I guess. Or maybe he just lives there. I don't know. You could restore that. That's easy to restore. One of the things that has worked out well, and I've been monitoring if I like it or don't like it, the lower forks gives you a little bit more aggressive turn in, a little bit more aggressive riding position. And on this bike in particular, this bike really responded well to that. It really does quicken up the handling on corner entry. So many of the roads up here are freshly paved, and this is one of them. It's even a little slippery. I don't think this pavement's even a week old. But boy, it's turned out to be just a beautiful day. Beautiful day for a flea market, beautiful day for a ride. Not a cloud in the sky. Yeah, the whole restoration of this bike, every part, including the wheels, every part of it that we modified, painted, polished, cleaned, changed, customized, whatever you want to call it. It's all out on the channel, every one of the 500 hours. Look at the swans out on the lake. Swan Lake. Now this is not the only set of custom wheels that I have out on my channel on separate videos. We have wheels for several bikes that we've done for friends and several that we've done on our own collection. They're all out on the channel. You put my name in quotation marks and the word custom wheels or gold wheels or GS wheels, and it'll come right up. Not sure if you can see it, but this guy's got an army truck that he uses for a waterfall. The waterfall is not on now. And he's got a great little pond back there. And horses and various other barnyard animals and stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool, I must admit it. Now, when we did the restoration of this bike, one of the things was the custom graphics, the tank lettering, and I wanted to again thank John Pothier and Thomas Luciano for their help, and of course Karen for helping me mix that gold paint that's an exact match to the wheels. This is always one of my favorite little areas, right around Faison Lake, and it's all full of nice little back roads like this that are just so scenic and so relaxing to ride on. And then you can get out on the open road and let it rip. And one thing I do love about this bike, and it does not come across in the video well, it is a really nice, quiet bike. You don't attract a lot of attention. You don't wind up telling everybody in the world that you're coming down the road. The sound while you're riding it is very nice. It doesn't really come across on the video that well, though. And whenever anybody does a custom bike, you really do it for your own personal taste and what's going to work for you. The one thing that was important to me, it's got to stay a daily driver. It's got to stay a reliable bike. And the most important thing, it's got to stay comfortable. To make a bike with a wooden seat or handlebars down by the front axle, yeah, it looks cool in the parking lot, but I want these bikes out on the open road. Now, I've got Michelin 2s on the bike right now. I had a set of Michelin 3s previously. I didn't get the mileage I was looking for from the 3s. I went back to the 2s, and they are wearing like iron. This set in particular, that were all brand new when I painted the wheels gold, they're wearing like iron. Now, there are several carbon fiber parts I made on this bike from scratch, and you never know when you're making these parts if they're going to work out the way you want. Every one of them on this bike has been flawless. I don't have a problem with any of them. They've all worked out well, and they've taken a couple of years of riding every day in style. Now, it's really like a free bonus. As the weather gets colder and colder, I like having a bike with a little windshield. Well, I don't have any on the MT-09. I haven't been able to find one I like. This one really keeps a lot of the breeze off you on a freezing cold day. It's just a free bonus. So today's ride was just a little over 100 miles, and by the time we get back on Route 80 and get back home to the farm, see what Karen has planned for the rest of the day, I look at this bike and I think every minute of time I spent restoring it, every minute, every dollar, so worthwhile, and it's always a fun bike to ride. So we're back and it's a beautiful day. They're doing some work over on my neighbor Mike's house. I'm gonna go see what's going on over there, but what a beautiful day to sneak in a nice ride and a nice trip to the flea market. Well, as beautiful as the ride was today and as nice as the weather's been, I know winter is coming. I've been to this rodeo before, and I'm planning up the winter projects. They'll all be on future videos. For people that don't know, I have a very small bike collection, and I like to work on them constantly over the winter. I have plans for a lot of little things that'll be on future videos. I try to post up a new video every day. I try to do interesting things and share them with my friends, and of course share the rides through the videos, and thank you to YouTube where it's very easy to do that. And some of the information and tips and tricks that other people have shared with me, some of the technology, and it's all part of why I enjoy YouTube as much as I do. And I hope you enjoy the videos as much as I enjoy making them. So if you enjoyed the video, I hope you share it with your friends. And of course, I hope, most of all, that we'll see you tomorrow. And thanks again for watching.